Mike, what's happening?
What's up?
Ain't nothing. Special delivery here. I heard it was something you was waiting on.
Really?
I don't know if you waiting on it, but yeah. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, I'll be back in a minute, Mike. So, we got Chase's truck. He went and drove it the other morning, headed to breakfast or to workout or whatever he was doing, and it broke down on him. So he turned around and limped it back to the house, and it's been sitting here. And somebody posted locally on the Facebook page that they had got some bad fuel from the local gas station with water in the diesel fuel. Chase had just filled his truck up at that station the day before, so we assumed that that's what was wrong with his truck. So we come out here yesterday, pumped it out, put fresh diesel in. He changed the filters, did an oil change with the Big Owl oil. What else did he do? Something else. New air filter. And truck runs good, but when he was coming home from the dome, they had a fire under the hood. And it ended up being a up pipe or something. I don't know anything about these Duramaxes. I know the 7.3 Fords. I don't know nothing about these things. But when I looked it up, it's a common problem with the up pipe. It blows out, and it's up at the turbo, so it's real hot gas that comes out or whatever, exhaust. And apparently that's what caused the fire. So he's got to get that fixed. And anyway, it's always something. His toter has been sitting there the last couple times at the racetrack when we was at All Tech. He had to jump it off, so he worked on it Sunday and put 4 new batteries in it. It runs perfect, or that was Saturday. And then he took it and dropped it off at the generator guy's shop to get the generator worked on, because he's got an electrical problem and some generator problems, and can't seem to, it's like a gremlin. It comes and goes. So he took it and dropped it off to him and told him just to run it and try to make it do what it's doing. He's got a lot of electrical stuff in there that's not working, and that guy works on generators and electric stuff, so hopefully he can figure out what's going on and get him fixed. I got work to do to my motor home. We just got a lot going on. And, you know, we've been getting it ever since the dome, and even before the dome. You know, Thanksgiving, the dome, All Tech, Christmas, New Year's, my mom's birthday. We had the Bowers in town for a couple days. Their flights got canceled, so they ended up getting snowed in and had to stay a couple extra days. And I think they're on their way home now. You know, finally got a flight out of here. So anyway, it's just a lot. Chase is gone to pick up. I dropped off one of our engines. So we were getting a new 13-degree engine from Mullins, and some things happened that were out of our control. So we're not going to have it to start the season. So we're depending on the motor that is a Mullins engine that wall-to-wall rebuilt for us. We ran it at East Bay, we ran it at the Turkey Bowl, and we ran it at the Dome. And it had a little oil leak after the Dome, so Chase had me run it up to Mr. Ronnie Saturday, and Mr. Ronnie pulled the pan and put a new pan gasket and a new rear main seal. So we should be good to go with that. But that's our lead horse coming out the gate this year. We're going to be running the same motor we had last year, and like I said, that's the races that it's got on it. So that's what we're bringing down to Florida. The plan that I know of, everybody keeps asking me, what's the date? When are y'all going to be in Florida? What's the date? I keep saying I don't know. That's the truth. I honestly don't know. I've been trying. I only do things a week out at a time. I just looked at the schedule. Chase is leaving here Sunday. Monday is a practice. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is races. He's going to be there. I don't know if he'll be there for practice. It sounds like he will, weather pending. And then he'll be racing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 5 days of racing. That's at Bubba Raceway. From there, I don't know. I guess his performance is going to determine whether he goes on to Volusia, because both of these are big tracks. They're motor eaters, and he don't know if he's got enough motor to go to Volusia with just the motor that he's been running. Maybe plenty of motor, so we'll see. He'll decide whether he wants to take that chance or whether he wants to come home and sit, and wait till he's got what he needs. So that'll be on, him. But one other thing I was going to tell y'all. Okay, it just hit me. So the MB crew has been at Vado, and y'all know we started the season out at Vado last year. And the thing about Vado, the weather was terrible when we were there. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody act like that was the greatest racing ever. The racing was not that great last year when we were there. The weather was horrible. The wind was blowing like 40 to 60 miles an hour at all times, and it was very cold. And then y'all know we got in an ice storm on the way home even after we left early. Well, this year, they said everything was great. Well, then they ended up snowing out. I think they canceled 2 days. So the weather was weird, but the whole Mars racing crew was there with a new car and everything, doing some testing. They had Rodney Sanders in the house car, and they didn't do bad, but I don't think they did as good as they would have liked, which that's just a racer thing. I don't think you'd ever be happy no matter what, but they were kind of holding up to pass on some information to us before we left to Florida. And Chase talked to AJ this morning. AJ and Jimmy's going to sit down and they're going to talk whether we're going down on what we've been running or whether they're going to send us some stuff and share some stuff with us, or that's yet to be determined. But Chase did talk to AJ this morning, and by Wednesday AJ said they'll let him know whether we're going to pull the trigger and try something new or go with what we know, or maybe do a mixture, run a couple days with something and try something different, maybe even that practice Monday, go test down there. So anyway, that's yet to be determined. But the Mars crew, they broke out a new prototype, and I know they had some top fives and everything, but I just don't think they were completely happy with it. But what I do remember about Vado is it's a tricky place. And I remember talking with Jimmy at the end of the weekend last year, and he said, him and AJ said, you can take what you learn and forget about it, because it does not carry over anywhere else. Anything that you did to try to make a car do something here, forget it. So I kind of think it's the same thing. I hate that they're hanging their hat on that as a test site, because the weather and the conditions, and it's probably not the best for going and shaking down some new technology. So anyway, that's yet to be determined on what we're going to do with that. So we'll keep y'all updated. Let's go see what Mike's up to. So today, that's what I didn't tell you. Chase is up. He went to go pick his motor up that's getting a new oil pan and rear main put on. He is going to meet Mr. Marty Hagwood, that is passing on some sponsorship funds to help us go. And Mike's just been in here just getting it. So
I ain't slowed down.
I know, man, I can tell. It looks like it did last time I was in here.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing trailer stuff.
Yeah.
Stocking.
Yeah, well, we ain't looked in there, so I believe you. No, I'm just picking. They've been moving on. They got stuff they've been waiting on, certain parts that's holding up the whole thing. The engine, that's something that we've been waiting on. So now things are starting to come together. And like I said, they're leaving here Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So ought to be some racing coming up. Getting excited, Mike.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm tired of waiting.
I am too. My anxiety's through the roof. So we will see. All right. I'm going to lead the camera with Mike. I know he's going to get a lot more content. So that's that. Here we go. Turn this money maker on. What's going on right here? Hanging around. Looks like I turned it on a little too late. Mike, what we got going on here?
Just
Explain this situation to me.
He hasn't done his maintenance on stuff, and this is what happened. And he thinks he knows how to take it apart and rebuild it, but he don't.
He don't.
So now he's got this all over his slab.
So,
and
yeah. So what happened? Talk me through what's going on right here.
He just wasn't doing what he was wanting to do, so he started taking stuff apart. I mean, that's seriously. He started taking out plungers.
So apparently y'all are trying to unload the motor. We got the motor back from Mr. Ronnie. He got the oil leak fixed. So I get a message that the engine hoist ain't working right. And I come out to a pile of fluid on the ground. Now y'all pumping. That was pretty entertaining. What's that noise? What was that?
Dang cricket.
What was that?
It's that little that DeWalt sprayer thing.
Oh, that's right.
That sucker. I can't get it to turn off. Uncle Blaze has to.
So what we doing, Chase?
Man, just trying to do right around here. Man, this thing
It's pumping.
was flowing yesterday when I sucked the coolant out of my stuff. It was like a siphon hose. Yeah, it's going all right.
It's pumping.
What a mess.
I thought it was gonna be easy.
Big Al.
If it was easy, everybody'd do it, right?
So y'all just servicing my jack?
That's it. Just preventative
Getting that
maintenance.
junk out of it and putting some
Yeah,
Big Al
putting
in it?
some real stuff in it.
Well, you got a sight glass on the side so you can see how deep you are.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need to probably fill this up as much
You
as
think?
it's lost. Are you doing anything? I feel like I'm doing everything. Well, fix it.
I mean,
Fix it.
come on.
Dude, we are getting nowhere.
I think
And
I think-
my phone's ringing.
I think it's poking it out and sucking it in every
Uncle
pump.
George is calling.
Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, you gotta let the air out of that thing, dude.
Honey's just showing all over around here.
Huh, come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. So while we on this commercial break, did y'all hear about Rock getting him a big old deer?
I was just telling Mike.
You a lie. Mike, was he telling you?
He mentioned it. I don't know about telling me though.
Okay,
He
let me
mentioned
find
it
it.
for sure.
Mike's truck broke down.
No.
Let's talk about that since
No.
we want to just talk about
Look,
mention.
look at Rock with that big stud, son.
Is it a stud?
Damn, yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
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 Room for improvement.
I mean, I've killed
You,
elk.
you're
so
on
look at
camera here, Mike. Oh, you killed elk,
Yeah,
so that ain't nothing.
It was on a game, but I still killed it.
Don't let that. Hold that. Don't
Are we
drop
full?
that. Full as we're getting. No, hold it up in the air. No, hold it up
Just continue.
like that. Don't let that fall.
It's up.
I can't wait for a real free guy to show up.
Is that where the oil goes?
Is it not?
Y'all didn't know a minute ago. I was just checking.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's where the oil goes, buddy.
It is today.
Where you going?
I gotta get a different top. Somebody cut this one too fat.
They're all cut the same.
Nah, that one's less. Yeah.
This one right here is work for our application.
Man.
Hold it up.
It's up, dude. It's up.
Our new kid should be here any minute.
Y'all teaching him how to do it, huh?
He's gonna engine swap a 2023 MB Custom
Yeah.
today. He doesn't know it, but it's happening. Alright, so now when it blows oil, it should send it on through.
Yeah.
Should really make a mess.
Yeah.
Alright, Mike. Your job's on this right here. If this don't work, you're going. Pack your stuff.
Huh?
I said pack your stuff.
What have y'all done?
Plunger back in.
So it was going and
in.
now it ain't?
Yeah, that's what it is. Floating up the air now.
What is that thing
I
now?
don't know. It's just the first thing that moved.
So it was working,
It would only get to right here.
but it got to there.
Yeah, it would get to there.
And you worked on it.
I didn't work it. I filled it up with oil.
So I got a brand new one of these in there.
Where at?
You know why I got it?
Because we didn't know.
Because you didn't know I had it. I'll show you. It's in there on the beam.
Got oil in it?
It don't have that pump on it, but you just, this was originally a hand jack as well. So
Yeah, that's.
you'll have to just put
that's
that
what
pump.
This was. You see it?
Yeah,
It had
you'll
that
have to-
little pin thing right there.
So
and that.
yeah, you poking around on stuff. What did you take apart that
I'ma show
made
you.
this quit
I'm gonna show
working?
you. Step back. Back up. That right there. And oil started pouring out just like that.
All
I
right,
was like,
put it back.
No.
Yeah.
Let me put that back in there because that ain't right. Whoa, you seen that?
Yeah, I did
All
see
right,
that.
Mike, come here, bub.
Well, you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's
this
the
is
old-
what Mike's gonna have to do right here.
No.
Hit the button now and see if you got
The new
anything.
kid.
Maybe you got the air out of it. Hit the button.
All right.
Did you mess with
Hand me
any of
that.
this stuff or?
Nothing yet. That was the next stuff I was gonna turn on, but I didn't make it that far. Don't pick that back up.
I'm tired of holding that thing, dude.
That's too bad.
What am I saying, dude?
I feel like it's like a certain level of that right there somewhere.
Where is all my stuff going though? Why ain't it doing what it's supposed to do? To be continued.
So while I've got your attention, have you seen the guy on TikTok that's got HVAC stickered on?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
He's got a fire hydrant now.
Like one of the first videos I ever saw that he did, he made a coil straightening tool. You know how air conditioners had a little aluminum coil, it's like a radiator. You know how it's got that? He made a tool that straightens it. But what he did was he put a video in reverse and
Yeah.
he stood there doing this and it bent it. So when he played it in reverse, it looked like he was straightening it.
It is Tuesday morning. I've been out here just waiting on Mike to get here. And then I realized that because as soon as Mike got here, we were going to put this engine in. Then I realized that Mikey had a haircut today, so he won't be here until like 11. And we don't have time to wait until 11 to put an engine in. So I reckon I'm fixing to attempt to put this thing in by myself. It shouldn't be that bad, but it's just always good to have a extra set of eyes. So I am gonna stick the engine in and then just try my best to get everything plumbed up. That way, whenever he gets here, we can move on to other stuff. We have to splice our left side header because we had it poking out a little bit farther than we'd like to keep the heat off the tire, because at the dome can't run a turn down. But now we'll put our turn down back on and we're gonna turn the header back in. But yeah, so we are fixing to put an engine in. So the engine is in. I got to tighten all my bell housing bolts and then start running all of this and hooking it all back up. I got to spin the engine over once it's all put together and carburetor's on. We've got to roll everything. We got to put oil in it first, and then we're going to roll everything over without the plugs in it to make sure that we don't damage anything. Get all our oil pressure built back up. Then we'll put plugs in, and then we'll be ready to start it up. But there's a long way, a lot more stuff to do before then, obviously. But we're a step closer. So let's continue on.
Got the little power plant down in here, huh?
Something like that.
Honey, I'm gonna get you something for your feet. She's got athlete's feet. I'm gonna have to order her something.
She's got allergies.
Allergies, same thing. What we doing?
I am cleaning duct tape off of the head so
Okay.
we can put our header on.
So it is Tuesday. From what I heard, you're leaving Sunday, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
And there's quite a bit left to do,
Not really.
but you're telling me you're gonna make it. So good news is you got an engine here to put in. Did all the parts come in? Or are you still missing stuff?
No, we still ain't.
So you still don't have all the parts that you're waiting on.
Yeah, that's the ultimate holdup. I know that sounds like a great
So
excuse.
what happened with most of that was you'd call it the ice storm delayed everything, so we still kind of behind time, I guess, is what happened.
I call it businesses and not bulldogging. I'm just like,
Yeah, hey, where's my stuff?
hey, UPS said it's moving, but I'm just curious, like, do you know anything on it? And they're like, well, we're in like however many feet of snow, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
It ain't snowing down here,
Yeah.
but I'm sure.
I mean, I'm in shorts here today, so
Yeah.
which it is still like it's 50 something, but we ain't dealing with their kind of weather.
Right.
So, yep.
Well, I tried to get Mikey to call Rock and see what he's up to.
Did you?
but
Well,
Mikey's-
I talked to Rock yesterday, which I had showed him on the video that he did get him a deer, but I figured he'd be here today, so we will call him when I put this up. I will, since neither one of y'all check on Uncle Rock.
I'm working, but I told Mikey to call him.
That's messed
I
up.
called him.
I think Rock's gonna get on both of y'all's
He
head
said
when
he'd
he
call
comes.
him whenever he was ready to call him.
Okay.
I just got a feeling.
See, now Mike shows up to work whenever he pleases, and like he might as well be the
Rock,
boss.
Mike's got a fresh haircut, if y'all can't tell, and apparently he just got here, so Chase wants everybody to know that he's the only one that's done anything today.
Yeah. That's how he is,
Yeah.
I come in here day in, day out, and
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
I'm preparing you for the real world. People don't care about what you do.
Your
They
new
care about
guy,
what you don't
your
do.
new guy called in again today. So that's
Hey, he's young. He's
Yeah.
not even 18 yet, so
Yeah.
he's fine to skip days. You, however,
so. Speaking of new guys, you got a new guy around here that's been burning boxes and helping out around here,
Right.
cleaning and stuff, and then
I got a real hand fixing to show up and
coming
show
in.
out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a traveling guy with y'all that wants to learn the ropes and. Yeah, so we're gonna have a new face here soon. So Big Al, I just did a video that'll actually go up tonight. Today is Tuesday, so Tuesday night, y'all had seen that video that's got the Big Al oil and has our code scan in there and all that stuff. And man, we're excited about Big Al and everything they got going on. So the difference between Big Al now and Big Al when we first got going is they can ship to you now. They've got all their stuff in line to where if you want oil wherever you are, they can get it to you. And before it was like a local pickup only kind of thing. So that's exciting. They are quite a bit cheaper than the other leading oil companies. And that would help you to be able to get it shipped to you and still be less expensive than running some of the other oil. And y'all know that's what we run in ours. I wouldn't put nothing that's going to tear your motor up. I wouldn't be trying to sell you on it if I didn't know it was good stuff. So
Right.
Big Al oil is the real deal. They have different grades of oil, not grades, but what you call it,
Blends. They call blends. Is what
blends
they say.
that different what's it called? What would you call that? Like you got a 50 weight, you got a 1030, 1040, different grades don't sound right because that makes it sound like there's some
Yeah,
bad
there's a
stuff and
name
some good
for it,
stuff.
but-
Yeah. Anyway, weights, different
Yeah,
weights
there
of
you
oil.
go.
There you go. Mikey come in with it and he was helping me out right there. But we got all that, and then Summit. I know everybody's asking about Summit. Why don't y'all talk about Summit? Where's Summit? I thought Summit was going to be on the car. Summit is on the car. I don't see any of the body panels here. I would show you.
They're on rear banner.
Yeah, they're about this big on the car. They're on the side. That's what we agreed with on Summit. And the deal with Summit is we're getting our foot in the door. So they weren't the biggest sponsor we've ever had, but they are the biggest name sponsor we ever had. We are trying to see, so we had a fan that works at Summit that helped us get our foot in the door. He knows all about us. Summit don't know anything about us and would have never known anything about us if it hadn't have been for this guy. So we are very grateful, and I'm going to drop his name, Steve. He's been very, very helpful for us, very supportive of us, and he's went to bat. He's went to his boss, the boss's boss. He's really went above and beyond for us, and we're very grateful for that. And the Summit deal is very exciting. So we're waiting on a contract, and we've never done a contract with anybody before, but there's some attorneys involved, not on our end. They're writing it up, and it's supposed to be done by the end of today, I believe. And we'll go over the contract, and as long as there's nothing wild in there, we are willing to sign up, and we're planning on holding up to our end, and I know they'll hold up to their end, and hopefully it'll be a good partnership that'll continue to grow. So it's very exciting. They've already done a whole lot for us in a way of, they gave us tickets to the Dome because they sponsor a lot of races. I never noticed. I knew they sponsored a lot, but when we go to these races, since we've been messing with Summit, I've noticed every banner at a racetrack's got Summit Racing, Summit, sponsored by Summit. I'm like, wow, I never realized how much they did, but they don't sponsor drivers. And that's what the contract's about. They're going to make us hold up, which, we got nothing to hide. We plan on supporting their company and representing it in a way that we hold ourselves and all our other sponsors to a certain standard. So it's just exciting. They, like I said, they came through. Chase don't even know yet. Adrian called me a little while ago, and it ended up being better than what we thought it was going to be. So my hat's off to Summit. Like I said, really looking forward to it. I know this young man needs some money to get down to Florida, and that's going to help a ton.
Man, I mean,
cut that
I hate
loose.
to turn it into a
Well,
money
it
thing,
is what it
but,
is.
But the biggest thing is like we're going to Florida, and it's a lot to go down there and race that many nights consecutively. It's different than just racing 1 or 2 times a week, and it's just been like, man, how like. I prayed. I've been like, man, I need to pull the plug on this. It's getting bad. And then it's like somebody shows up and hands me a check, and it's like, wow, okay, So shout out to it. It really lets me know who we've got on this race car and how important they are. So
No doubt.
huge thanks to everybody. Not just Summit, but everyone.
I know Mr. Nick Bauer boosted you here a little bit while he was here, and then Mr. Marty, dude, just just out of nowhere. Get a phone call, and he's like, hey, I need to meet up with Chase. I got something for him. Chase went and picked the motor up yesterday, went and had lunch with Mr. Marty, and man, just like he said, you just praying, and prayers are answered, and things are coming together, and everything works out. It always does. So
No doubt.
Yep. So anyway, really exciting times, and I think you about got everything you need to go down there. We're going with this engine, which there's nothing wrong with this engine. This is the one that we it was fresh when we went to East Bay. Then we ran the Turkey Bowl, and then we ran the Dome with it. And he took it back to Mr. Ronnie and had a little oil leak fixed on the oil pan or the rear main, and it should be a stud. It's an open motor. We'll have to add the weight to the front of this thing and let it eat. I guess we don't in UMP. Do we still run the weight on it or no? Just when you run the other?
No, so UMP, they did it to one of our locals whenever they went down there. They had a body problem.
Okay.
Their body was illegal.
And they made them add weight.
Put your weight there. So
Okay.
if something on our car is like,
we got
can't
the weight to stick
pass tech, then we'll
and what it is 25 pounds in front of the mid plate, and we have 2 pieces of weight that equals 25 pounds that we bolt on either side here. So, and that we have to do that if we run USRA or USMTS type rules. So, Anyhow, everything's looking up. Got a lot to do, but I know Mike's fixing to jump in and some stuff's fixing to
happen.
I'm just gonna get out the way and probably put some safety
You
glasses on.
disappointed we're running UMP this year opposed to USRA, USMTS?
No,
which you like better?
Definitely UMP, 100%.
I feel like a lot of people think that USMTS, and I'm not bashing it. It is. They are one of the
they're
most
premier.
professional.
Yeah.
But I don't think they race as good as UMP. So
Yeah. Track wise, you talking tires or
I don't know.
or people or all of the above?
Kind of all of the above. I think you could take them and put them on UMP tracks, and they would put on a heck of a show.
Here's my thoughts on it. When you got into the UMP and like decided you was really going to focus on it, and we started dialing a car in, you told me you loved, I don't know if it was the tires or the setup, but you loved the feel of the car.
You can just muscle a UMP car and a USRA. I mean, when it's right, when the track's hammered down, like you can do the same, but it's always like a constant hold on.
I'm curious if you just never found your own in USMTS. I know I'd like to bring back what you know and how you drive now and just see, but
I think we'd be good in it, but we're not gonna invest in it. But if we found a ride or something, I definitely.
You'd like to go get some?
For sure.
Yeah.
I was just curious if you're a USMTS or UMP guy.
Yeah.
I know you're very opinionated.
I'm a super late model guy.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Hey, we waiting on the call, Mike. We'll load up, dog.
Yeah, I'm waiting too.
Yep.
They've seen your videos.
All right, well, back to work. I didn't mean to hold y'all up. I know y'all working hard, but just needed to fill everybody in. So here we go.